The day seems quite boring. We've nothing to do. We've played all the playing. We're really quite through. Nothing is fun. We're not lazy, we're bored. There must be some mystery that might be explored. Then all of a sudden, the house shuddered and shake. Something creaked loudly. The floor under us quaked. What could that be? It pulls at our clothes.
It musses my hair.
And it tickles my nose.
We stood in the doorway. We looked into the sky. It was the wind blowing, quite fast and quite high. Have you ever wondered, how does the wind blow? Where does it come from? And where does it go? This should be easy. We'll just follow each clue. But should we find where it comes from or where it goes to? Over there is a person who might help discover. When we ask the right questions, answers will uncover. He thought for a moment as he furrowed his brow, then smiled ear to ear before telling us how. It's really just simple. Some ways to the west, a bamboozle is sleeping. He gets little rest. He snores rather loudly. With every breath he takes, among other things, it's the wind that he makes. This was a good story, but it didn't seem so. We searched for another who'd really know.
You, kind lady. Should you know by chance?
Why our hair is wavy and all the trees dance.
Said the lady. I've always known such. Little flies make the wind, but they don't make much. They flop and they flap with their wings and their toes to make the strong gales that cause tornadoes. I'm sure this is true, though I don't know for sure. It's a reliable source, my friend in Bangor. Though we thought her mistaken, what else could we say? Over this hill or the next, we're going that way. A man with a mustache, sipping gurgle-gurg through a straw, caught our attention, so we asked what he saw. We wanted to know why up in the sky all the leaves whispered and the clouds wandered by. He thought for a moment, then one moment more, his hand to his chin. Some idea was in store.
You young people should know that it's the wind angle trees. They spin and they turn and stir up a breeze.
We rather doubted, though we saw those trees twirling, that they cause the updrafts or the whipping and swirling. A galoot took our hands, and he asked us to sit. He answered our question just before we asked it.
It's the dweezels in Dweeztown who cause all this trouble. If it was up to them, everything would be rubble. They play their games roughly with lots of loud batting and swooshing and whooshing when it comes from the swatting.
We did not believe it, even more than before. Is everyone crazy? We must find out more. So we hiked and we hiked, up hills and crossed rivers. The wind constantly blowing, it gave us the shivers. We spied a small person who seemed quite content to stare through a microscope, his back slightly bent. Surely he would know, this scholarly man. He must know everything, or at least have a plan.
Can you hear us?
We yelled over the din of the wind. He put his hand to his ear.
Could you say that again?
Can you answer a question?
We must solve it before
We go back to our home.
and finish this chore.
The wind, he replied. Why, that's easy to say. It falls from the sky, like the rain yesterday. The yoo-hoo machine just around the next bend, it creaks, groans, and belches. Wind blasts out the end. It uses peanuts and mangoes for fuel. An old hat, and cricket, and even a jewel. They're all mixed together into a rich soup, and the engine is filled to the top with this goop. Then great buckets of air are raised ever so high. One after another, they're lost in the sky.
Propped up and groaning, not nearly stable. Does this cause the wind? It wasn't able, almost giving up hope before meeting a gent who seemed quite sincere and listened as we went. Where does it come from? What are our chances of finding out why the wind jiggles the branches?
You are quite curious, but this is the wrong direction. It's where the wind goes that answers your question.
We believed this kind sir, and we wanted to know. To prove what he told us, all we had to do was let go.
The sun warms the air. Warm air rises up strong, and like a string, it pulls more air along. Really quite slowly,
It starts softly at first, then builds up much faster like a dam burst. Why all the trouble, you ask with some speed? Do away with the wind. But it's something we need. It gets rid of the fog, it spreads seeds from the flowers, and prompts the soft clouds that carry spring showers. Quite soon it is blowing with gales and with gusts. A huge storm is brewing.
Let's get inside. We must.
Safe back at home, but we don't have to hide. It's a comfort to hear the wind blowing outside.